am I doing the intro?
Do it to it, Sally McNoodle Arms.
Thanks. Salad fingers.
Salad fingers?
Okay.
I like rusty spoons. I like the way they feel.
I hate you.
My skin.
I was gonna make a Salad Fingers intro, but then I was like, I have to go back and watch Salad Fingers.
Let's do it real quick.
And I don't want to do that.
I really want you to
not.
do it because you got so creeped out at it last time.
It's because I had nightmares the night.
Did you really?
No. All right, but we're gonna get started though. So
okay.
Welcome to the Mach7 podcast, where the facts are made up and the stories don't matter. This screwed up the intro.
Try again.
God damn.
We can cut all this out, but
We can cut it out.
All right.
I think it sounds better if you did a salad. I mean, if you did a Salad Fingers intro.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I never saw that short.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, you will love it. You will wonder if you took LCD that day. LSD.
Just ate a TV. Was I not supposed to do that?
I take LCD all the time.
I do plasma once in a while.
So good.
It's great for a refresh rate.
God dang it. Can I do the intro? All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead, say it right now.
Welcome to the Mach7 podcast, where the facts are made up and the stories don't matter. I am your host, Andrew, and I am a... God dang it. See, my problem is, I want to say, this week I am a, and then do like the creative intro thing I do, but then I say, I'm joined this week, and it just doesn't work.
I mean, maybe this week you could be like a massive screw-up.
I could. I mean, I might just leave this all in. It's entirely possible.
Oh, I'm sure everybody would love it.
Travis is smiling at me because I can't do podcasts. I mean, intro. Welcome to the Mach7 podcast, where facts are made up and the stories don't matter. I am your host, Andrew, and I am a Blade Liger. Joining me this week is Travis, a Shield Liger.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And the Shadow Fox, Chris.
Howdy, howdy.
So, Chris, what it do, bro?
What?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
it do?
What it do, what it do.
It do.
No, just do it. Nike.
What?
Nike, dude, just do it. What it do? Just do it.
Yeah, bro. What it do? Alright, so, Chris, how do you feel about football? This is the one topic I have, so...
Like,
Are we
football.
talking...
We're not talking about soccer.
So the football where they don't cry, like, when a blade of grass, like, gets up their shorts or whatever.
Yeah, that one.
The type of football that matters.
They cry when they get a concussion instead.
Well, they don't cry because they're unconscious, but...
Right, also true.
I mean, it ranks up there with sports that I like.
Oh, good.
It's not something that I follow, like, religiously or whatever, and I usually don't pay attention to college football.
Right.
But I mean, I like watching people hit each other, so if it's on, I'll watch it.
Alright, good. So this conversation will probably not matter to you at all. Alright, so
wonderful.
As we all know, the most important game of the football season was last night. And
Pretty sure that's not true.
no, it's the Hall of Fame game, the first game of the preseason. Super important. Bills against Giants. And
No wonder why I didn't watch it. No.
yeah, well, you know, I don't think anybody did. I didn't even know it was happening.
I didn't even know it was happening.
I woke up this morning.
YouTube didn't even say anything about it, so I'm surprised.
I woke up this morning to a Facebook post from one of my friends because, unbeknownst to me, a guy that graduated from my high school is a backup punter for the Bills, and he had his first NFL punt during that game.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
actually really
nifty.
cool.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. And like I know who he was too. I was on the golf team with him for 1 year before he graduated.
So he probably doesn't even know you.
No, he has no idea. But and his little brother's like a golf prodigy, so it's like
His whole family has been blessed.
yeah, basically.
And then here we are doing a podcast that 6 people listen to.
So
We are making it big.
Hey, a lot of podcasts have like 50 or so views. So even if
like the most recent one.
even if it's just 6 people, at least those 6 people are watching it multiple times.
Well, I hope you know how to do math, because that's 44 short of 50. That's a big gap.
That's like 8 less than 200. All right.
But I am thankful for everybody who does watch it, because they've actually stuck with it. They stick tuned it to it. So
Thanks. Yeah, but so shout out to Jake Dombrowski because he's a cool dude.
That's actually really cool. I had absolutely nobody who was in any sports.
Yeah, me neither, except him. I'm pretty proud of that. So he's gonna become the only celebrity from our town. He's gonna be the second person. We've had one other celebrity.
What were they?
Claude Shannon.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. He was a
Celebrity means well known. Did you know that? Check the Wikipedia.
I mean, he was pretty famous back in like the 40s. He's like a mathematician guy who did some computer science stuff. They call him the father of information theory. So graduated from that same high school.
The founder of Dow Chemical is in my town, so my town's famous for being like really rich and white and burning down Vietnam forests with Agent Orange.
Yeah. What is that, Midland?
Yep.
Sounds about right. We once faced Midland in Quiz Bowl, and they were pompous jerks. So
screw all you guys. I have a present that came from my town. I had Gerald R Ford. What's up?
I was actually.
I mean, brag about it.
What school year was Quiz Bowl? Because I was on some Quiz Bowl team for something.
Travis, were you never in Quiz Bowl?
I'm not even familiar with what Quiz Bowl is.
I mean,
it's like an intellectual game show.
Was it high school
for high school students? Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it was high school. No, I was in like the little kiddie middle school version of Quiz Bowl.
Oh, that's lame.
So you were in the Doesn't Matter Bowl.
I was in the big leagues.
Much.
We lost every round.
I was gonna join the Quiz Bowl team for Midland High, but then I was like, I hate everybody, so I'm not going to.
I hated everyone from Midland too, so
it's pretty easy to do. I mean, no offense to anybody from Midland who's listening, but
which is the entire town. So
a lot of you kind of suck.
Wow, strong words from Chris to Midland.
I actually, for my sociology class this past semester to schools, we had to like write a paper about our hometown, and I wrote an entire paper about how much I dislike Midland.
Wow.
It was intense.
Man, poor Midland. I don't know if they deserve that.
They totally deserve it.
All right, yeah, you're probably right.
So, on to stuff that matters.
All right, thanks.
So,
thanks for just shooting down my entire topic.
I'm just kidding. I love football, but all I know so far right now during the preseason is that the wide receiver, I forgot his name, for Packers, is out due to knee injury for the full season. That's a pretty big thing. Right,
but also good. Screw him.
Lions
for life.
You know, I love the Packers, and I've loved the Packers before they got good. But
except you're wrong, so
Aaron Rodgers, Lacey, come on, all these good players. What are you hating on?
The only person that I actually like on the Packers is their one linebacker. No, their one linebacker with like the long brown hair.
AJ Hawk?
Really?
Yes.
No, James Laurinaitis. Which one?
I don't know.
All right. AJ Hawk has that hair.
Long brown hair.
I think it's AJ Hawk.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, he exists.
The guy with the dark colored skin. Yeah, just go ahead.
He's got sweet name too. AJ Hawk. I wish I had that name.
Yeah, I like him because he's good at hitting people really hard.
So is Sue from Detroit.
Yeah,
he's good at stomping on people's faces too.
But until recently, the Lions like totally sucked.
I mean, they still suck.
They still suck, but we'll wait for the season because Schwartz just got booted.
They had a period of time where they decided to like stop sucking just a little bit.
Well, yeah, they won 40 or 50% of their games, but that does not mean they're good.
No, they went 10-6 one year, right? Or something like that. Or was it less than that?
You're close. I think last year they did pretty good.
They made the playoffs that one year.
Oh, they did not make the playoffs last year. They were one game away.
And that was the first time since like Barry Sanders.
I think they lost to the Eagles.
But screw the Eagles. Frail, you suck.
Screw the Eagles.
The Packers are retiring Brett Favre's number.
About time.
Yeah, right?
How many times did he come
back? Are they just like gonna
40?
burn the jersey?
Well, no, they were just holding for him just in case he decided to come back.
Yeah. just hoping.
But so Chris, did you follow Comic-Con at all?
I watched a brief video on the Escapist about it,
site.
And I also heard a news story about a guy who like used his van to run over a bunch of people or something.
Jesus.
I did not hear about this story. Please go ahead and tell us the story.
So some middle-aged man was driving away from the con, or maybe he wasn't. I think he might not have even been at the con. I don't remember it specifically, but there were a bunch of cosplayers taking pictures in the street.
So I mean, they were asking for it, is what you're telling me.
Well, he stopped initially for them, and then he was just like, screw it, and he didn't even from what I recall, press the gas and charge over them. He just put it into neutral and literally rolled them over or something. I don't know.
That's incredible.
I'm probably screwing the entire thing up.
I like your story better than.
I only,
what were the people cosplaying as? Were they bronies? Were they totally deserving
if
this?
They were bronies, then I probably would have followed the story just out of enjoyment of it, but I don't know, they were probably cosplaying as Titus from Final Fantasy X or something.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm glad you brought up cosplay, because I had a question for you guys.
Alright.
If you could cosplay at one character when you went to Comic-Con, who would it be?
I actually cosplayed as the Heavy in senior year of high school.
Yes. Do you have pictures?
I do. They're on my Facebook.
Can you send one of the pictures to Andrew and we'll post it during the podcast so people can see it?
Yes.
Oh, it's
I want to
actually...
see this.
It might be set up to private, so people might not be able to see it, but...
Hence why just download the image and send it to Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. It's pretty great. Unbeknownst to me, my programming partner dressed up as the medic. So the picture is he actually built a medigun and stuff too. I actually got kind of outdone. But
way to go. You can never let that happen. Come on,
well,
man.
you know, I can't exactly build a minigun and bring it to school.
Ah, sure you
Yeah,
could.
paper mache.
They would just...
Cardboard?
They wouldn't do it.
Seriously.
They're...
Would your school allow a cardboard-shaped gun into school?
Probably not.
I mean, yeah. Cardboard? I mean, that's considered art.
Mine wouldn't.
I went to a Christian school with nothing but hicks, so...
Oh, nice. Way to
hunting and weapons was nothing... Oh!
Wow, really?
That is
way to
a
ruin the
ringtone.
podcast. Jesus.
So hunting guns...
This is episode 7. You'd think you'd learn by now.
Hey, I've never had to go off once.
Where are you? Picture. There it is.
Ah, excellent. New file transfer.
We will post it up right now.
Yeah.
There's Chris right there. Doesn't he look cute, guys?
I am just adorable. Our female audience just spiked so hard.
We just got 7 views now.
And that... So, one more? Then 4? Alright. And then I'll put the picture up of me as Slender Man. And,
So is that who you'd cosplay as?
no, absolutely not.
Who would you cosplay as?
Probably, some Assassin's Creed character.
Oh, well, okay, name
That'd look
one.
cool. And just like a generic assassin. Just with the white robes and the red sash. And the
So,
cool bracers.
for the parameters of the cosplay, am I allowed to get magically super buff for it? Because that would change...
No. It's like today.
Oh,
If you
today.
But let's say you had the money and resources to, do whatever you want.
If I had the money and resources to do whatever I want, I'd probably cosplay as Kumbhakarna from Smite. I'm
not familiar with the character.
I will find a picture of him right quick.
Right quick. Is that between real quick and right now?
Yeah. My mom says that a lot because she thinks you're from the South.
You know, the problem, Andrew, with you being an assassin is...
Yeah.
You really don't blend into crowds that well.
Absolutely not. I look cool, though.
Yeah, you look cool, but...
That's what's really important.
You're a head and a half taller than everybody there.
Yeah. They would never expect it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's so obvious that they wouldn't know what to make of it.
I guess you could just stab a guy in the ear, no problem.
Yeah. They wouldn't even know. Yeah, what would you be?
I would definitely...
I think I know the answer to this.
What is it? Go ahead and do your...
I mean, I'd guess probably a Spartan or an ODST or something.
Fuck you. I wanted to do an ODST.
I mean, since you've talked about doing that before.
That's Kumbhakarna.
All right.
I mean,
we're gonna bring up this picture right now.
Mostly,
yes,
absolutely.
Mostly, the most awesome thing about him is the spikes on his hammer are actually elephant tusks.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's something. That's scary.
So you wouldn't be the drunken guy from Smite? 'Cause I heard he's pretty cool too.
Bacchus is really great, but I feel like I would look like too much like a jerk if I was Bacchus, because people would just think that I'm like some douchey frat boy or something because of the toga.
Don't let people influence something. Peer pressure.
But on the one hand, Bacchus is cool, but on the other hand, Elephant Tusk Warhammer.
That's a good point. I can see the pros and cons. I can tell you're weighing them in your head right now.
So what's next?
I think that's the podcast. I don't have anything else to talk about.
That's the podcast, man.
So I have a predicament, guys.
Yeah,
What's your predicament?
I think my fridge is dying.
That's not good.
Like,
so buy a new fridge.
Okay, I'm a renter, and Andrew can attest to how landlords work when it comes to getting stuff done. There is a porch behind my house that crashed in early January. It is now August, and it is still just a pile of wood that fell in the exact same spot in my backyard. The chairs are still where they fell.
That's incredible.
All this stuff is there. So getting a fridge, a multi-$100 item, I think I'm gonna have to get a mini fridge just to like last and get like milk or something like that in the meantime.
Do you want to borrow mine?
Dude, Deffy.
I'm actually not using it right now since I'm the only one here.
No.
There's no point.
You could like file a formal complaint. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
Nah, I don't have a lease, so there's nothing I could go by. I'm literally paying under the table. Not really, Dang. But
there's got to be some kind of violation for not supplying you with a fridge, though. Because
I'm sure he'll take care of it. I hate that where it's kind of like, listen, I know we just replaced a heater and a water heater last winter. Listen, the fridge just went out too. I just don't want to do that because like he's gonna be like, this guy's just breaking everything.
Well,
I'm sure it's totally your fault that you broke the fridge.
And
like,
then
how
the
does that
porch
even
fell.
happen?
And then the porch fell. Like they're gonna just think I'm doing everything here.
It's his job to fix that stuff, though, and that's why
I pay out of the nose for rent.
Yeah, that's why you pay out the nose for rent, and that's why if he's a smart landlord, he made you pay a security deposit.
I don't have a lease or a security deposit.
Oh, well, I mean, he might just decide to kick your ass out. But
Well, I do have a tent. I can just find... I'm in the middle of the UP. I'm sure I can find some woods. The only problem is I'm just going to gamey after a couple days.
I have 14 bedrooms here, so...
It's been warm enough out there that you really could just camp outside.
But once again, we're to the gamey thing. Like, you can't go take a dip in Lake Superior to wash yourself off, man. That water's 30 degrees. You will have a heart attack by the time you're done lathering the soap. You won't even get to repeat on the directions.
That's bull. Just...
Does anyone actually repeat? Like,
I do once in a while, depending on my hair. Like if I've gone camping for a weekend, especially if it smells like campfire, I will wash twice. I will repeat, but I don't repeat after the second time. I mean, repeating once is good enough.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever washed my hair like twice. Like it's just kind of once and done.
Sometimes I forget if I've washed my hair or not. And
how long are you in the shower that you forget?
Like 2 hours.
Shaving your legs or something like that? I mean, what are you doing in the meantime?
Well, I do have hairy legs, and I gotta get them clean for them.
So you shampoo your legs too?
Sure, why not?
Well,
you also have a pretty fantastic beard.
I do have to shampoo my beard. That's where the real story has come in with having to shampoo things. I used to face paint my face as opposed to using face paint on like your arms or something.
Sure.
But for like spirit days on my high school, the only one I would participate in was like the school colors day or whatever, because it gave me an excuse to wear warrior face paint. And half of the time I just decided not to shave for it, so I had paint in my beard and it would take like 4 hours to wash out.
So that's what you're doing the whole time. That's why you forget to shampoo your head. You're sitting there washing your beard for 4 hours. Oh, I love my facial hair.
You're probably just jealous.
No, nah. If I want to, I could have a great neck beard right now.
There's no such thing.
But I mean, why would you want that? Like, why would anybody want
ultimate, I mean, it's going against the grain.
I mean...
That's cool nowadays. That's edgy.
I don't think it is anymore. I feel like neckbeards have become way too mainstream. And that's a sad thing. It's not good.
Wait.
Alright, Chris, so what did you have for us to talk about today?
Nothing really.
Nice.
You can't say that. You gotta say something different. We're gonna cut that out. Go ahead. So, Chris, what do you have to talk about today?
Jack shit.
Okay. Third time's a charm. So, Chris, tell me, buddy, what did you bring to the table today?
Oh, I actually do have something.
Oh, nice.
Do you guys know that...
Probably not.
Okay.
Totally.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I had to bring to the table.
Wait,
No,
is that
really.
it?
No. Were you guys aware that Congress
Probably
is
not.
apparently suing President Obama?
Oh, yeah.
For what?
Okay, so
Breaching the Constitution or something.
remember how... Yeah, infringement for the Constitution is like the official thing, but they're not impeaching him, so you have to figure that they know it's not going anywhere. Since they're just like, oh, we're just gonna like sue him instead of take a course of action that, if it goes through, would actually do something.
So we're bouncing around. What actually happened?
So you remember like
Probably
50 billion years ago when Obamacare passed?
Yes.
And there was like a big piss fit about it, and it went to the Supreme Court, and they ruled it constitutional.
Right.
And then there was a government shutdown after it was ruled constitutional because some people in Congress, I'm not going to name any parties in order to avoid.
Why? This is actual
controversy.
history. I mean, it was GOP. It's fine.
It was.
There's no hiding. I mean, it's what it was fact. I mean, I don't lean left or right, but I will say what actually happened, and it was the GOP that did it.
Yeah. So the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, the Republicans wanted, as part of the budget plan, to do some revisions or completely cut or whatever the Affordable Care Act, and to put it bluntly, they essentially held the government hostage, and their demand was to revise the Affordable Care Act. And then the government shut down because the Democrats were like, you guys realize that this was ruled constitutional, right? And they were like, we don't care. So the lawsuit is essentially a continuation of that campaign, because since Obamacare was ruled constitutional and Obama is enforcing it, he is going against the Constitution.
Wait. So it's constitutional and he's enforcing it. That's against the rules?
It doesn't make any sense, huh?
Man, politics sucks.
I mean...
Politics is the absolute worst.
Well, what they're doing is they're just making his last few years a living hell, and I'm not exactly sad about that. But, you know, everybody has their own opinion.
Well, what you think about Obama as a president, there's definitely some things that you can say good about him, and there's definitely a lot of things you can say bad about him.
Actually, Times rated him the worst president since World War II. Just wanted to throw that up.
I mean, that's debatable.
Well, absolutely it's debatable. I'm just saying a fact once again.
I'm not going to argue that he's a good president because, in my opinion, he's done a lot of things that really needed to not happen. But just everybody still hassling over the Affordable Care Act, it's like, it was ruled constitutional, guys. You can stop now.
You can stop whining about it?
Pick on something that matters. Like,
well, it was an uber fail. So many people lost their jobs in Congress over it. I mean, like, so many people's careers ended because of it, how bad it was a flop.
But it's done. It's happening.
Oh, yeah,
Stop
absolutely.
trying to cut it. Focus on something that matters, like
Well, what else do we
Obama's...
have to bitch about right now? Besides him wanting to open up the ocean?
Obama increasing, like, the NSA, and how the fact that we're talking about politics in a video, we're probably going to be, like, on a government hit list now, or something.
Hey there, NSA.
That's okay.
How are you today?
That's okay, because I actually have a buddy who...
Shout out to Dan Bull.
I'm not going to say his name or what school he was working at, but he was...
Is it Frail?
No.
Oh.
He was actually helping with graduate research to help create a algorithm that would help target social media posts that had stuff against the government in it. So let that be scary.
So it was like the thing from the second Captain America, except without missiles.
Basically, yeah, like it targets everybody who said anything bad against the government. I mean, it could find all your Facebook posts that say "screw Obama" or something like that.
Oh yeah,
and it'll put you on a list. I mean, I think that's like 1984 by George Orwell type stuff. You know,
I mean, it's approaching it. It's kind of depressing because while there are definitely, I don't want to belittle issues like healthcare or certain social issues, but a lot of the government almost seems to be using them as a smokescreen to increase its own power.
Boom, there it was. How do you feel about this, Andrew?
Smokescreen, good Pokemon move. Reduces accuracy?
I believe so. That would make sense.
We should just like resurrect Grover Cleveland and have him be president for like 12,000 more years.
He was the one with the very stylish mutton chops, correct?
I believe so.
What about Andrew Jackson?
No, because see, Grover Cleveland, he was the only one to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, so that automatically makes him the best.
That is actually an interesting bit of trivia.
Mm-hmm.
What about Eisenhower?
Eisenhower, I don't think would be super appropriate because, despite the fact that we're pretty much in perpetual war, it's not as big as World War II.
Yeah, here's a question. How do you guys feel about Palestine versus Israel? Like, in my opinion, why do we even care anymore?
This is just a deep one of these getting into politics.
Well, there's nothing else going on in video games right now, except I have a few more things to talk about Comic-Con, but now we got into politics. And
I've not followed that news whatsoever.
Oh, well, I listen to NPR every day.
No, right.
I haven't
Keeler, am I right, guys?
I haven't really been following Israel and Palestine that much either, but I did see a rather well put together little like infomatic thing that drove home the point of really neither of them have any claim to it because people have been killing each other over that strip of land for like 3,000 years.
Oh, probably longer than that,
right.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, but
like, why are we even concerned with it right now? I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, all that's happened is it's escalated to rockets now.
Well, the thing is, politically, the United States is, ever since World War II, is a political and military ally of Israel.
Right.
So
plus they're on the Security Force or Security Council of the UN, right?
So,
but I don't see Britain getting into this really.
Well, Britain isn't the kind of country that gets into this, whereas...
But they're on the Security Council with us. Why do we have to take all the issues on?
Because that's what we do. We always take on every single issue in the world.
That's the American mentality on a lot of things, is that we have to be the world police.
Well, how come nobody from a foreign land is paying my tuition?
Because that's dumb.
I agree with that statement. So anyway, back to stuff that's actually fun. Did you guys watch Godzilla?
No,
I did not see Godzilla.
Oh my gosh, you guys didn't see Godzilla?
Why would we?
It was such a good movie.
I actually heard that it wasn't bad.
It was great.
Movie Bob gave it a pretty good review, so...
It was a good movie. They're coming out with a sequel, and it's coming out but as soon as, like, the soonest will be 2018, so I'm kind of sad about that, but that's because the director, I forgot his name, like Greg Edwards or something like that. He's doing a Star Wars spin-off. I heard mentioned.
Rebels?
I don't know what it means. No. Are you familiar with the Star Wars spin-off that's going to happen?
I mean, I know there's a Star Wars spin-off called Rebels happening. I think there's one happening with Han Solo as well, unless that is Rebels. In which case,
well, that makes
sense.
You
mean they can't really do much with Han Solo since Harrison Ford is like 306 now.
So let's do a younger Han Solo, like before he met Luke.
Maybe, yeah.
But
like when he was doing his
Kessel runs.
I realized that
12 parsecs. All right, go ahead.
I realized that Harrison Ford can't really play Han Solo.
Well, yeah,
much anymore
just doing it the other
because he's so old. But it would be like a really bad move to cast anybody else as Han Solo.
Well, it's going to happen.
I think they can pull it off.
It's such an iconic role. Even if the person does a really good job with it, there's going to be just so much backlash.
Well, there's so much backlash for the latest 3 Star Wars.
That's true.
I mean, nothing's going to change. It's people just hug to their generation of Star Wars, and that's it.
Well, people who hug to the prequel trilogies are wrong. But
no, I love the prequel trilogies.
No, you're wrong.
No.
I liked it
Jar
when I
Jar
was
for the
younger.
win.
I liked it when I was younger, but then I was
the first episode is salvageable as a kid's movie. The third episode is salvageable as a movie. The Clone Wars is the movie. There was the animated series by the animators of Samurai Jack. That was a fantastic series. Not the 3D one, but the one where we first saw General Grievous. That was fantastic, and it was really sad that it was only like 4 episodes long.
No, there was more than that, but they were like 5 minutes long each.
Yeah. I think it was like 12.
Yeah, there was like 12.
Was there?
I think there was 2 seasons.
Yeah, it could have been.
But they were like 5-minute shorts, so that's it.
But they were really good. The movie was not good.
I liked it.
The Clone Wars movie is not. No.
And Republic Commando. That was a great game.
Dude, I just recently bought Republic Commando and played it, and I was like, this is a really good first-person shooter.
It was a really good game.
Why can't more games have these mechanics in them? Like being able to order your squad around and stuff. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah, like my favorite stuff was when you could create defenses that you had to hold for a while. That's like my favorite mission.
There are a lot of the Star Wars games that came out after and around the prequel trilogy where the games were really very good. But that doesn't mean that the movies were good.
Well, Legendary Films. Did you want to stay in Star Wars a little bit?
What?
Okay, moving on from Star Wars. And speaking of Harrison Ford, for my class, I'm in a sound engineering class. Well, it's more like music and film. And we had a test because we had to like identify what are the typical things in an action scene. What's the type of music that's in an action scene?
Wow.
Exactly. Well, one of the clips that we had to analyze was from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Man, those special effects. So generic. Like the whip snap.
They're something.
My
Holy
favorite,
crap.
My favorite origin of sound for a special effect sound in the Indiana Jones movie is the punch sounds were made by taking a stack of leather coats and hitting them with a baseball bat.
That's incredible.
But I mean, just the action scenes, I'm looking back now, like you can tell he's pulling his punches, and then you see people in the background who are just pretending to hit each other. It's I don't understand how it did so well. Honestly, I love the film. Don't get me wrong.
It was really groundbreaking for its time.
It probably was. The music's great.
The music is great. John Williams is the man.
Yes. Speaking of Comic-Con once again.
Oh, okay.
So did you guys like King Kong by Peter Jackson?
I saw it and I don't remember a lot of it. Other than it had Jack Black in it. That's what I remember.
It was 4 hours long too.
It's never helpful for a movie.
No.
But so Legendary Films is doing a King Kong movie, except it's going to just be like a origin story of King Kong rather than following the story that actually happened. So you take a lot more time on Skull Island. It's called Skull Island. It's going to take a lot of time on Skull Island, like focus on the dinosaurs that are there. People are going to like come to the island. There's going to be a lady that he's going to fall in love with again. So it's like...
So it's back when he was like a chimpanzee rather than...
No, he's still full size. But it tells about his story.
I want to see baby King Kong.
Except no one is actually going to come to the island because they're going to be too busy watching Avengers Age of Ultron. But
you know what? I saw on Comic-Con that they release a lot of the cool footage, like sneak footage for it, but they haven't released it to YouTube. That's stupid.
Nah,
that's not fair.
World exclusive. You can only get it if you go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, well, I can't afford to go to San Diego.
Yeah, they don't need to release the footage since they're going to get everybody without the footage. They could literally just not do a trailer and just, for commercials, post on random spots on the internet the release date for it, and they would still get massive audiences.
Who's your favorite Avengers guys?
Mine's probably a toss-up. You know what? No.
I'll include comic book Avenger too.
My favorite Avenger is Squirrel Girl.
Yeah?
Yes. I heard she's getting a movie.
She better get a movie.
There was an article on The Escapist that was like, the next Marvel movie's gonna be Squirrel Girl or something.
So much
You're
better.
kidding me.
So much better than
I heard.
Squirrel Girl is statistically the most powerful superhero in the Marvel Universe.
How so?
She is the only person, the only hero to go on record beating Doctor Doom and not have it be a Doom bot. So she is the only Marvel superhero who has beaten Doctor Doom. I mean, I guess you could make an argument that Doctor Strange is stronger than Squirrel Girl because he's on cosmic level and Squirrel Girl is only on mutant level. Because everybody knows that the Marvel Universe tiers off at power levels, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
like
dude.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. You said a lot of words in that sentence, and I didn't understand half.
Oh, okay, so I'm going to explain the Marvel Comics power level.
Oh god, here we go. This ought to be good.
So,
buckle your seatbelts, everyone.
Click. There are pretty much
buckling noise. Awesome.
4 hero power levels in the Marvel Universe. The big differentiation between the Marvel Universe is that the heroes and villains in Marvel are separated by power level, whereas like in the DC universe, they're separated by family. So in the DC universe, Superman has all of his associated heroes and all of his associated villains, and Batman has all of his associated heroes and villains, and sometimes they mix, whereas in the Marvel universe, people are sorted by their power level and on what level they can operate. So the lines that are drawn between, say, the Avengers and the X-Men are a bit blurrier. Except that's a bad example because the Avengers and the X-Men operate on 2 different levels, but getting to that. Okay, so the lowest...
What is happening right now?
The lowest power level in the Marvel
Universe... Should I take notes? I feel like this is a lecture.
Is there going to be a quiz later?
There can be if you want.
All right, go ahead, please.
So,
wait, I'm going to open up Notepad. Hold on a sec.
All right.
No, go ahead. I got it. We're good.
Okay. So, the lowest power level in the Marvel Universe, and you'll have to forgive me if I get all of this wrong because I'm sleep deprived, but lowest level is street level, which are you're just city vigilantes. They fight like gangsters and mob bosses. And the 2 examples that are very prominent for street level Marvel superheroes are the immortal Iron Fist and Luke Cage, who might sound
Luke Cage? The greatest actor of our generation? Alright, go ahead.
Actually, fun fact, Nick Cage changed his last name to Cage after Luke Cage.
Oh.
The superhero, yeah.
Well, the more you know.
So these guys are like Batman in that their powers aren't like super crazy, and their resources only really allow.
Does Batman actually have a superpower?
His superpower is money.
Do you remember the wrestler named Super Crazy?
I don't.
He was super. He was crazy. He was super crazy.
Do you remember Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio?
Mysterio.
When you say when you say Mysterio, I think of the Spider-Man villain. But anyway, so
Rey Mysterio is a Spider-Man. All right, go on.
After
he's like a 5'4" Mexican guy. I don't. All right, go on.
After your street level, you have your like continental level. There's an official name for it, but I don't remember what
America.
It is.
America.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Your main continental group is the Avengers. These are the ones that they have a large amount of resources, and their powers are such that they can take on like huge bad people, but they mostly stay within the continental United States. The Avengers are not the only ones, and in fact the Avengers have several split-off groups, such as the Great Lakes Avengers, which is where Squirrel Girl was originally from, but the Avengers are really the only ones that matter.
Are you telling me Squirrel Girl's from Michigan? Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe. She might be.
We'll look it up.
I don't think she's
She's fine from Michigan Tech.
But she was
No, she's a girl. Are you kidding?
She was part of the Great Lakes Avengers. She is
Wait,
honest.
so this is a real superhero?
Yeah.
Yes, Squirrel Girl is a real superhero. So
I thought
is
you guys were totally messing with me.
no.
Real superhero.
Real superhero. So above your continental heroes, you have your mutant heroes, which are the X-Men. They're pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, she's originally from Los Angeles. That's lame.
Well, she's still the coolest Great Lakes Avenger because your other Great Lakes Avengers are like Big Bertha, whose power is being a butch lesbian, pretty much. But
like Flatman and Doorman.
we don't talk about the Great Lakes Avengers other than Squirrel Girls.
I'm learning so much.
So where stuff gets really screwed up, and these are where most of the mythos exists outside of what everybody's familiar with. On a certain level, the mutant, the continental, and the street people are all within the same general level. But above them is the cosmic level heroes and villains. The main cosmic level hero is Dr. Stephen Strange, who uses, like, no joke, he uses magical books to get his powers, and he's pretty much a god.
Why, what's that guy's name? I forgot his name. Oh my god, I'm dumb.
Thanos?
No, the Marvel guy.
Stan Lee?
That's his name, Stan Lee. Why does Stan Lee like alliteration so much?
Steve
Strange? I mean, really? Come on.
Because it's a good way to sell something. I mean, Stephen Strange, Peter Parker.
And the worst of them all, J. Jonah Jameson.
But J. Jonah Jameson is such a good character.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, come on.
The
Three J's? Really? Really, Stan Lee? Are you serious right now? Bro, come at me.
Dr. Stephen Strange is honestly kind of a douche, and I don't like him. But for the cosmic level villains is where it gets really awesome. Cosmic level villains is where you have people like Thanos, who you might be familiar with from the Stinger from the first Avengers. He's the purple guy with the very heroic chin line.
When my mom saw that, she thought it was Hellboy.
I can understand that.
And I was like, no, Mom, you're wrong.
So
please.
Thanos' shtick is that he is romantically in love with the anthropomorphic personification of death.
Huh.
So
I mean, who isn't really? Like, that's pretty normal.
He wants to destroy the universe to prove his love to death. He's your main, like, our universe villain, other than Galactus, who is the guy who eats planets and has the really silly purple headdress.
It is pretty silly.
My favorite cosmic level villain is Sheogorath, who doesn't appear...
Sheogorath?
Sheogorath.
I guarantee it's not as interesting as Sheogorath. Cheese for everyone! Wait,
Sheogorath was probably named after Sheogorath. Sheogorath saw most of his actual comic time in like the 50s and 60s, back when people were less weirded out by giant one-eyed tentacle monsters, I guess.
Before Japan ruined them?
Yeah. He is the lord of the realm of chaos, and he's pretty much Cthulhu, and he's pretty awesome. The only real modern incarnation of him that exists is in the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Marvel really hates it because one of the contingencies that Capcom typically has is that Sheogorath has to be in the game. Fun fact, in EVO 2013, I believe, Sheogorath was one of the members of the winning team for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's pretty great. The other big cosmic level entity
for how long this is going on.
is
Alright, keep going.
Dormammu, who...
That's not a real name. You're making that up.
Dormammu is his name.
You're lying.
He's Dormammu. Look it up. Dormamu. You should get
like it sounds.
A flaming skull guy who's probably destroying the earth in between his fingers. He is the lord of the realm of darkness, I believe.
So I imagine he and the Lord of Chaos get along pretty well.
No, they're actually kind of in a constant battle or something. They don't like each other. I believe that Dormammu actually recognizes Sheogorath's superiority, because Dormammu is pretty much just Satan and Sheogorath is Cthulhu.
It seems like to me they'd be best friends. I don't understand the problem.
But they're not best friends because they each want to conquer each other's realm. I mean, Dormammu wants to conquer the realm of chaos more than Sheogorath wants to conquer the realm of darkness, because Sheogorath is a being of madness and chaos. So, I mean, he doesn't really care one way or another. But Dormammu's pretty standard as a character. He mostly just wants to rule the world.
Pretty standard villain.
Pretty standard villain. I mean, the thing that sets Dormammu apart and the thing that sets Sheogorath apart is they're pretty literally omnipotent.
How does Sheogorath feel about cheese?
It probably depends on the day, and whether or not he's played Elder Scrolls.
Just curious.
So now that I've taken up like 25 minutes,
I think it was longer than that, my friend.
Was it? Oh,
Hey, dude, it's all good. Have you ever played a tabletop game, Chris?
I've played several.
How do you feel about D&D?
It depends on the edition. I really like 3.5, and by extension 3.0 is okay, but I'm not familiar with anything before 3.0, and I really dislike 4.0.
Isn't it up to like 7 now?
It is. I believe they're beta testing 4.5.
Oh, well. It shows what I know.
I don't know what that means.
Just like the addition of the game. Like, you know how textbooks have editions?
Yeah.
Because they edit them? Yeah, it's like that.
It's essentially a rules patch, except it's not on the computer, so they can't actually patch it. They have to write books for it.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Well, the reason I ask is because Andrew and I are thinking about doing it this fall.
They're pretty fun. You can find...
I've never done it before, so...
most of the 3.5 and most of the 4.0 books on the internet, if you're starting out, I would suggest 4.0 because it's simpler and okay. So the big difference between 3.5 and 4.0 is, when you think of like your tabletop RPGs, you imagine yourself as like this super crazy awesome person doing super crazy awesome things.
No, I never imagined that.
Oh.
I'm pretty normal.
I want to be average.
Yeah. I strive for mediocrity.
well, 4.0 is like Elder Scrolls, where you get to do really crazy stuff from like the get-go, and your person is naturally heroic, and they will kill things. 3.5 is like, okay, you're level 1. That means you stepped outside the house with a rudimentary knowledge of how to do things. And you really don't get to do super awesome stuff until like level 15. Like, in Dungeons and Dragons, wizards are considered, wizards, sorcerers, war mages, anything that has access to the wizard spell list, are pretty much considered to be the best class, because at level 20 you gain access to 9th level spell, 18 you gain access to 9th level spells, which include wonderful things such as Meteor Storm and Implosion.
What about Trick Strike?
There's probably... How do you mean by Trick Strike?
It just seems like a fun spell. Who wouldn't want to strike tricks?
There are certain feats called skill tricks that let you do fun things, but
I don't think that's the same thing.
Probably not.
It might be a made-up spell. Just throwing that out there.
Whatever.
Boom.
So...
that doesn't sound like as much fun though. If I don't die in my first encounter, I'm gonna be real disappointed.
3.5 is where you want to be if you want to just die horribly, because so there's this really wonderful character progression thing for 3.5 that can best be described as linear fighters, quadratic wizards. At lower level...
Once you start putting math terms into it, I'm totally zoned out now.
Parabola. Okay, go ahead.
At
Pythagorean...
Yeah, triangle.
At lower levels, things like fighters and barbarians are really good because they can start out with like weapons that do things. Like a great axe does like a d12 damage, and you're going to be fighting things that have 6 HP, so you can one-shot people. And they have the most health. But if you're a wizard, you have like 3 health, and you will be hit by everything because you have no armor class and all of your spells suck. The way that they rectify this is your standard melee classes, their power scaling follows a linear progression. So you're leveling up and getting more powerful at a constant rate. Your wizards, however, follow a quadratic progression. So through like level 4, you are just a lot worse than everybody else. And then you hit like level 5 and 6, and you just take off and can kill everything. So if you want to die in your first encounter, then I suggest start your game at level 1 in 3.5, play a wizard, and specialize in touch spells.
Ooh.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
How about you use GM for us? How about that?
I got an idea. Let's like record our session and then like make a story out of it and then use 3D animation and make a YouTube video out of it.
Yeah, why not?
Weren't people going to do that with Shadowrun?
Oh yeah, it's taken already.
Yeah,
bummer.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's not going to go anywhere, by the way.
I would totally DM for you guys, but I already have another D&D group.
That then never mind. Dude, I don't need somebody who's already You know, I don't want you feeling like you're cheating on your other group. So
my bard is pretty important to the group.
Then you know what? I don't really care then.
I mean, we could just not schedule on the same night.
True.
I mean, it's possible.
I kind of want to do it. So this fall, we're gonna start a group. So Mach7 can join.
I might be able.
What's he got to do with it? All right,
I might be able to DM for it, but I already asked Stuart if I could join their Shadowrun group.
Oh well, whatever.
So,
we're not gonna do Shadowrun.
So that's probably for the best if you're new to tabletops.
High fantasy master race.
Probably do Pathfinder.
Screw that cyberpunk crap.
I mean, personally, my favorite tabletop universe is the Iron Kingdoms, but
is that where the Iron Throne was forged?
no.
Oh. That's disappointing.
It's like fantasy steampunk World War I land.
Dumb.
Sounds like that new game that Bethesda's making.
What?
Maybe.
They're making like a class-based, not a MOBA, but like a Team Fortress 2 type game. But it's based like post World War II, where gunpowder was banned, so it's all like steampunk-esque.
I mean, all I know is that in the Iron Kingdoms, if your race is troll, you can run around like the Dragonborn, being able to kill things by shouting with them, and you also get to use a shotgun. So
That doesn't sound like fun.
it's a lot of fun.
Oh, well, alright. I'll take your word for it. How did we get here? What were we talking about?
Travis randomly asked me about
Oh, that's right.
tabletop
Oh no,
games.
I don't talk randomly. I always have everything strategically planned.
Travis, this is your fault.
Well, I suppose you did have a lot of time to think, since you were probably...
You call me lonely?
No, I'm saying that I was rambling on about the Marvel power level thing for forever, so you had a lot of time to think there.
Speaking of Marvel, have you guys seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet?
No,
I have not yet,
Absolutely not.
but
Heard it was good.
it's supposed to be pretty great. I mean, the person that I heard that it was pretty great from is pretty much the biggest Marvel fan guy ever, but it has Rocket Raccoon in it. It has to be good.
And a big tree named Groot. I mean, come on.
And a guy that reminds me of Kirk from Star Trek.
Yeah. What's Star Trek? So, got anything else? I don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah,
Nah.
I think I've said enough.
I mean, we'll let the fans decide that. So, if you think Chris talks too much, leave a comment in the comment section below.
And then I can, like, get in with my buddies at the NSA who are already tracking this, and by proxy, every comment you leave. And then your family might notice that you'll mysteriously disappear.
NSA, please, stop kidnapping people. Alright, well, I think that's a podcast.
I'm
going to take that awkward silence as the end of the podcast.
I thought
You
that
gotta wrap
awkward
us up
silence was the NSA capturing you two.
I mean, not yet.
They
Well,
would
that's
take him
good.
first.
It's probably true, yeah. I don't know why.
You'd be harder to wrangle. You're tall.
Would I be harder to...
You see,
Trying to fit you in to a vehicle would be more difficult when you're
the thing
incapacitated.
about
Oh, yeah, they need like
tall-
a trailer for me.
they could just strap you to the roof.
Oh, dude, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, we passed out.
Oh.
They're gonna come in with like shotguns or tranquilizer darts.
Did you
Yeah,
know they have taser
clubs.
shotguns?
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's pretty great.
I bet they're gonna have taser pens in the next couple of years here.
Guys, this sounds like a lot less fun now. I mean, they already have those pens that like shock you when you press down to try and...
Oh, yeah, James
get
Bond
the
started
pen.
that.
Yeah.
Next they're gonna start exploding.
Might as well just like do bigger shocks. That's all you would
Somebody
need.
say shots? Yeah, let's
Shots,
do some
shots, 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 shots.
Have you guys seen the Plots music video?
No.
No.
You should. It's by Eric Johnson, who goes to tech. He sings about plots, like graphic plots.
Oh, that one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I have seen that.
It's pretty incredible.
I forget pretty much everything about it.
It's that memorable.
It's got Eric Johnson and crafting calculator. What else do you need? He was my OTL when I first got here.
Hey, I'm an OTL.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Not really.
All right, good. Because we're at time.
I just did my postcards. I had to write 17 heartfelt, handwritten postcards, and then you know my handwriting.
Yeah. Do I? Oh, yeah, I do.
It's like I write like I'm having a seizure while I'm writing.
It's true. I get a seizure just reading it.
Oh, God.
That was harsh.
Most of them are computer science students, right?
They're all 17 are computer science students. One of them lives on Rivendell Court. How cool is that?
Yeah, so
that is
something
so
in common.
cool.
You both like Rivendell. There you go.
Yeah, and then I forgot. Oh, it's in like Pinckney, Michigan, or something like that. I'm like,
say that again.
He lives in Pinckney, Michigan. Am I saying it wrong?
So wrong.
How is it?
Pinconning.
I think we're talking about two different places.
I don't think so.
Well, Pinky City is much better.
Did you guys ever watch Pinky and the Brain?
Dude,
No,
I loved that show.
Seriously? That's such a good show.
There was a rather prevalent, fan theory that posited that Pinky was actually the genius and that Brain was the one who was insane.
I thought that was obvious.
I thought insanity and ingeniousness go hand in hand.
It's a fine line.
Would you say it's two sides of the same coin?
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either, because that's a stupid saying.
Especially when you consider coins that have identical faces.
Or you could just use a debit card.
Yeah, but two sides of the same debit card just doesn't. The old saying is pretty dumb too, so.
It's really not making it any better.
Nope.
Alright, so we're going to wrap this up, or?
Go ahead and
you're the one in charge.
Travis, wrap us up.
Oh, I'm not very good at closing it up.
No,
You're the Zipperman.
You only do it like every week.
I do not.
Well, you know.
You begin it.
Come on, one of you's got to do the stick-tuned spiel or whatever.
Chris, wrap us up.
Yeah, Chris, how about you end it for us?
Well, this
is
has
going great
been
so far.
The Mach7 podcast number 7. I'm sure
it's number
Andrew...
7. We should have done something special because it's number 7.
And Batman just did their 75th. Oh, keep going. It's their 75th anniversary. Sorry.
I don't think anyone actually cares about that.
7th Mach7 podcast. Andrew will think of a snazzy name for it. It'll be great. You'll all love it.
I know exactly what it's going to be. Don't worry.
Marvelcast?
That or PolitiCast. One of the two.
Oh, PolitiCast.
PolitiCast is pretty good. You heard it here. Andrew really did come up with the idea. This has been Mach7 PolitiCast number 1 of many.
No, dude, it's number 7.
Now I should change the name.
You're terrible at this.
It's the first it might be the 7th podcast, but it's the first PolitiCast.
I'm really happy nobody got my Zoids reference in the beginning of the podcast.
Oh, I totally did.
Oh, did you?
Oh, dude, I love it. I want to be a Jaeger, though.
Yeah, but, you're not, so...
Thanks.
You're the Shield Liger, because it's a slightly less good version of the Blade Liger.
I know it is. I wanted to be the Jaeger Liger, though.
I don't even remember what the Jaeger Liger is.
It was the one that
Jaeger is a type of alcohol, right?
That's Jägermeister.
Jaeger bombs.
And that's why they call me Swaggermeister. Anyway.
Jaeger bombs don't actually explode, just so you know.
Yeah, but that's with Red Bull, too. So, anyway, to answer your question, the Jaeger... A fun fact, a Jaeger Liger was one of the lagers that it was only used in 2 episodes, but it was the really heavy armored one that was so heavy that he was basically sinking into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But he shot everything. I want to be a Jaeger Liger.
He's got so you want to be fat? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I just want to be able to shoot.
Hey,
Chris, why haven't you wrapped this up yet? Chris,
well, I'm just being overpowered by your
kind of hungry.
strong personalities.
You want to order pizza?
Yeah, I'll buy.
Can I have pizza?
Yeah,
well, yeah. You want to come over here?
Yeah.
Dude, we have a party every week. It's called the Mach7 Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't get invited to most of those.
And then we stay for the meeting. Well,
we like to keep it interesting.
Yeah, we like to rotate things around.
Plus, it really sucks when we have to do the audio from people who do Skype. So.
And that's why it's just us two every other week, because we like to switch things around.
But we invited many other people.
I'm pretty sure
we were
there
going to invite
an
Abby
email.
onto this one, but...
Yeah, she didn't get the email until,
today.
4 a.m. this morning or something.
Abby, please. Why?
Which, if people have listened to the podcast, they've had a formal invitation. They just have to follow the application process.
It's true.
Wait, I didn't file an application.
Well, that's because we do it once in a while. Maybe if we were to do a full application.
We should make a spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah. We should.
Yeah. Chris, have you still not wrapped this up? Are you serious?
I mean, I've given up on this.
Up was a good movie.
Up was a very good
was
movie.
An okay movie.
It had a talking dog.
It did have a talking
So
dog.
are you gonna cut all of this out,
Squirrel
or is this really gonna go on for 20
Speaking
minutes
of
longer?
You guys
than
remember the
usual?
movie Sandlot?
Is that the one where they
was that
lost
the
ball sign
baseball one?
Yeah.
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 My high school English teacher had an obsession with that movie.
Why?
Because he kind of had poor taste in movies.
Makes sense.
Speaking of taste, that piece is going to sound great.
Are we still talking right now?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah, why not?
So, Chris, okay, I've got a friend test for you guys.
A what? Huh?
A friend test.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Are we including bro code here?
It doesn't matter.
Well, man law.
I don't know what that is. I don't do real man jobs, so.
That's true.
Okay.
Let Diane do it.
Yeah. Hi, Diane. All right, so
Hi, Diane.
Your girlfriend and your mother switch bodies, and the only way to get them back to normal is to have sex with one of them. What do you do?
Commit seppuku.
Have a three-way.
It's the correct answer, actually. you kill yourself.
No, have a three-way.
That's weird.
It's weird either way, so
you're
you
a
might
weird
as well...
person.
Well, it depends. How hot is my girlfriend?
I'm not sure we should be friends anymore. That's bizarre.
Okay, either way, it is messed up.
I know, that's why you kill yourself. Then you don't have to worry
Why?
about it. That's the only
I mean,
logical.
alternatively,
There's absolutely no other solution.
alternatively,
It's the only correct loophole.
you get a new girlfriend. You dump her.
Yeah, but your mom's still trapped in that body, dude.
So she can enjoy being younger and potentially more attractive.
And so can my dad. Okay, I get it.
Alright, this went to a weird level. Didn't expect it to go this far.
Well,
Freudian
you're the one
theory is
who
about to
brought
come
it
on.
up with your little incest test thing.
Yeah, friend test.
This is friend test, not incest test.
Come on.
Really?
Right,
Because I'm pretty sure Andrew just told one of us to, fornicate with our mothers.
No, I was asking what you would do in that
We
situation.
are not discussing Freudian theory right now.
Alright, so here's another one.
Ooh.
If,
Commit suicide.
no.
I win. Boom.
This time that's not the right answer.
Unicorn.
Okay.
Commit suicide by, unicorn horn?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's pretty
All right.
hardcore.
Hey, Chris, how would I look with a unicorn horn? This is getting so out of hand now.
Chris, have you still not wrapped this up? Alright, so you get $2,000 every day. All right?
Yeah, man.
In this
is this a math question?
this hypothetical situation.
Okay.
And then you lose
This is a math
$1,991. How many dollars are left? 8. Alright. That's a joke about me. So
Okay.
Wait, 2,000 minus 1,091 is not 8.
It's not. Thanks, man. Thanks. It's 9. All right.
No, it's 900 and some odd.
You know what I think the answer is? I have the answer, guys.
What is calculator?
The answer is to stick tuned next week for the next Mach7 podcast.
Dude, that was a sick wrap-up. I enjoyed that greatly.
But I really want to know what's the rest of the question.
Okay, so
We're not ready to wrap up, Chris. I was about to say quiz. Chris.
Damn it!
all right,
Quiz.
good try though. All right, so you get $2,000 every day, but every time you poop, you have to wipe 100 times before your butt is clean. Do you do it? Do you take the $2,000 a day?
$2,000. But every time you poop, you have to wipe.
100 times.
Can it be with the same dollar?
Would you want it to be with the same dollar? That's kind of gross.
Yeah, but
I
can use the rest of my $1,999 to buy all the body wash I want.
I mean, you could also just buy toilet paper. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like that'd be a better use of your money.
if you're really against
using
it, couldn't
money.
you use other methods to wash it
Yeah, I'm
off?
like revision 3. I actually wipe myself
buy a bidet or something. I don't know.
I do not.
No, but
feel
you're
comfortable with that.
still not clean until you wipe 100 times.
Where do
That's
you
like
get
semi-analog.
these questions?
I'm on YouTube for way too long.
And by YouTube, he means Reddit,
Reddit as well.
4chan, the dark web.
This is just Irrelevant question.
But see, the thing is, like, you could hire with that kind of money. You could just hire someone to wipe for you.
That
could be your job. Is just
now. Here's a question.
Really weird.
Chris. Before you judge, I have a question on that. What type of person would you want to wipe then?
You know.
Would you want a hot girl to wait for you? Because I really don't feel like I want.
I wouldn't want anybody to.
Someone professional wiper.
Oh, big hairy guy?
Nah.
Hey, Chris, do you want to earn $2,000?
Hey, Travis, do you want to like mysteriously fall down a mine shaft?
Are you the part of the NSA or the Barry Squad?
Yeah, watch out for the Barry Squad. Chris, you can wrap us up at any time now.
I mean, I tried. You just kept going.
No, you didn't.
My attempts,
you didn't try hard enough.
It was a fun fact.
My attempts are futile.
We'll try again.
It's on one of you guys.
You know, our podcasts are getting increasingly outrageous. I mean, like last week with Frail.
That's what makes them good, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody wants to hear us talk about video games
or politics.
10,000 hours.
I hope everybody listens to the end here.
They probably won't. They're going to shut off when they get to the politics.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to shut off when they hear football when they're expecting a
Well, I mean, what you got to do is in the description. You just got to be like, here's the part where the politics start, here's the part where the politics ends.
But does anybody look at your link dumps?
Apparently. I mean, I don't know if they actually follow the links, but they're like, man.
There have been several comments asking about the link dumps, so I'm assuming somebody at least does a passing glance at them.
Yeah.
I stopped looking at the comments after like episode 3 because there was like I was the only one commenting.
I haven't looked at it for the latest episode, but I don't really care.
I hope people keep listening to this. This is fun. I'm gonna keep putting them out. Well, we're gonna keep putting them out.
Yeah.
So. Because the best 90% of the internet, the people who are famous, use podcasts.
It's true. That's statistics. You can't argue with statistics.
So, does that mean by proxy that we're famous?
Yeah. Dude, 6 people listen to our videos.
Hey.
Almost 100 watched the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, then it gradually siphons down.
Gradual? I mean, that was like the Hoover Dam jump right there.
Shout out to the Hoover Dam.
The second one has
Hoover,
like 75 views, doesn't it?
It might. I doubt it. Maybe like 40.
Maybe like 3.
I'm pretty sure it goes like 175, 40, 10, 3. I don't know.
Guys, I'm nervous for the meeting tonight.
Why is that?
Oh, because it's your first meeting as president? Well, we have to make sure that we're just going to make sure you're president.
Punch him? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm
punch him right in the face?
I'm going to be part of your Secret Service.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to be like the assassins in black.
I'm not sure if I feel very secure with you around.
I wouldn't be worried. I mean,
Jesus.
There's not a whole lot to talk about.
I know.
Which is going to be great, because this is actually going to be, when we actually say it's going to be a short meeting, it's going to be a short meeting.
It's a 5-minute meeting.
Thanks to Presidente El Andrew.
Thanks. That was not very good Spanish.
Thanks.
Presidente Andrew? Doesn't even make sense.
El Presidente de Andrew. The President of Andrew. You're Andrew President. President Andrew. Andrew Cast.
Every man should be the president of himself.
I can pull an Eddie right now.
Please do. Chris isn't wrapping us up for some reason.
Okay,
so.
Chris, you want to wrap us up? Wrap us up, cast.
Nope.
What's in the box cast? It's your wife's side cast.
Oh, God, this podcast is going to go on forever.
Oh!
Chris, you're so stubborn.
Well, I mean, I just got a multimedia message on my phone, so I gotta wait for that.
What does that mean? You got a picture?
Yeah.
Ooh, who's sexting
Pics?
You? Is it nudie pics?
Can I put it?
I mean, I don't know. I guess if you want to get the Mach7 animation thing banned, you can put nudie pics in the video.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we'll put it on a different website. We'll put it on NaughtyTube or whatever. I don't know if there's.
Oh,
I guarantee that's a real site.
It's my name.
I'm not going to put that in the link dump, but I can guarantee it's a real site.
It's my name on the wall of fame at a restaurant.
Did you drink like 100 different kind of beers or whatever?
I did some kind of food challenge that was actually incredibly easy.
Was it the ghost pepper challenge? Because I hear that's not easy.
It was not.
Oh. Chris, are we still going? Are you serious, bro?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, testing you guys, seeing how long you're willing to go.
I mean, you know, not much longer. I'm about to crack.
All the cool people have like 3-hour-long podcasts, so we got to condition ourselves.
I mean, do people actually listen to those?
I do.
Oh, well. Chris, you're a nerd.
What
Just
gave
like
it?
Abby.
What
Abby,
gave?
you're a nerd too.
What gave it away? The whole Marvel thing.
Are we still going?
Yeah, we're still going.
Oh, okay. I was totally spaced out there for a while. Chris, are we done?
I don't know. Are we? I mean, I already said I brought nothing to this, so...
You're bringing the outro.
We found out.
I tried to bring the outro.
Yeah, try again.
El Presidente slapped it down. Now my confidence is just shaken. I can't do it anymore.
Chris, please do better than you're currently doing. I am the best president.
Come on, Chris, get it up. Get your confidence back.
I'm just struggling with ending depression. Can't do it.
I mean, once you end it all, I mean, you won't have that depression anymore.
Wow, did you really just tell me to commit suicide on the podcast?
No, I told you to end the podcast.
Didn't realize the podcast encompassed it all.
Yeah,
but
why wouldn't it?
You heard it here, folks. This is the end of it all. Stick tuned next week for more of it all if these freaks don't force this thing any longer. Cue outro music.
Bye.
Bye. I like rusty spoons.